I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. The owner of a hairstyling salon in Monticello has been charged with grand larceny for stealing $140,000 from an elderly relative. 34-year-old Lila Puzio of Monticello was charged with felony counts of grand larceny and criminal possession of stolen property. Detectives with the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office say Puzio gained access to the relative's bank accounts and systematically removed $140,000 over the past year by forging the relative's name and making unauthorized ATM withdrawals. At her arraignment, Puzio was sent to a Sullivan County jail on $50,000 cash bail. She was due to appear in Town of Thompson Court later today. Ulster County's Emergency Services Office is reporting today that it has gotten word from FEMA that up to 33 properties in Ulster County that sustained extensive damage by flooding from Hurricane Irene and Tropical Storm Lee last year may be in line for a federal buyout program, with the damaged homes then to be demolished. The properties located in the towns of Wawarsing, Ulster, Kingston, Olive, and Shandaken would be purchased only from willing sellers. Structures on acquired properties would then be removed from the floodplain along creeks, including the Esopus and Roundout, and maintained then as open space. Look for further information on the FEMA buyout program here at Record Online. The search continues for the driver of a white minivan that struck and killed a sanitation worker in Kiryas, Joel, at around noon Tuesday. The vehicle sped off after hitting Anastasio Vasquez, a Kiryas Joel Sanitation Department employee who was hit while crossing the street to pick up trash. The Spring Valley man was pronounced dead at the scene. Anyone with information related to the fatal hit-and-run incident is asked to call the Monroe Barracks of State Police. The number is 845-782-8311. In Ulster County, law enforcement officials say there may be a connection between the death of a Hurley resident last weekend and the arrest of a Kingston School District teacher for drug sale charges. That just hours later. State police are investigating the possible link between the death of 38-year-old Mark Conlon during a party Saturday night and the alleged drug sale activities of Matthew Didana, the suspended high school social studies teacher now charged with felony sale and possession of drugs following an alleged drug sale at his Hurley residence Saturday night. At this point, state police say Conklon's cause of death remains undetermined pending the results of toxicology tests, with test results expected in a couple of weeks. Didana is free on $20,000 bail and has been suspended with pay from his teaching job pending the outcome of the criminal case. Barring any successful court appeal, Democrat Roseanne Sullivan is the winner of the 18th District Orange County legislative race. Judge Paul Marks's ruling, announced today regarding several contested ballots, left Sullivan with a narrow victory over Republican incumbent R.J. Smith, who had been attempting to win a full term after being appointed to the legislature earlier this year. Smith's lawyers are expected to appeal the judge's ruling. A few more Sullivan County residents took verbal swipes at a tentative county budget that includes a property tax hike of almost 14%. A handful of people spoke out against the proposed $195 million spending plan, and specifically that tax increase, during the final public hearing held Tuesday in Monticello. Speaker said the higher tax burden will further squeeze those struggling under poor economic conditions. County Manager David Fanslow says the county would not face a tax problem if the state provided full funding for its mandated programs. Sullivan County legislators say they'll work to reduce the property tax hit before their budget vote December 20th. The impact of Hurricane Sandy may have been partly to blame for the decline in on-time performance numbers at Stewart Airport in October. Arriving flights were on time roughly 72% of the time at Stewart. Departing flights on time about 77% of the time. The percentages were in the 80s during the prior few months. Stewart remained open through Hurricane Sandy, but was impacted by weather issues elsewhere. Sandy canceling more than 3,000 flights at Newark, LaGuardia, and JFK. The bulk of Stewart's delays were chalked up to late arriving aircraft from a previous flight and air carrier delays that can include maintenance problems, fueling, and baggage handling. And someone has been calling Orange County residents and identifying himself as County Sheriff Carl Du Bois. The caller tells people that there is a warrant for their arrest and that they must pay a fine or be arrested. The caller is not the sheriff. He is a con man with a distinct accent, with the calls apparently originating in India. The real Sheriff Du Bois says his office does not solicit money in any fashion and that citizens cannot be arrested for consumer debt. If you've been called in this telemarketing scam, contact the Orange County Sheriff's Office at 845-291-7900. The next couple of days will feature some nice December weather. Thursday will be mostly sunny with temperatures topping out in the 45 to 50 degree range. We can expect the highs to reach the upper 40s again on Friday with plenty of sunshine. Start your day with the news and features that you will find in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record, and the day's breaking news can be found right here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.